Thanks for joining us for Issues and Answers. I'm Ian Boyne. Today we talk education. We have with us the Director of Education Programs at the Jamaica National Foundation, Dr. Renee Rattray. And we want to talk about one of the exciting programs it has, the iLead program, a program which is run in association with the Ministry of Education. We thank you very much for your company. Dr. Rattray, good to have you on the show.
Thank you very much.
Let's talk about this iLead program. What exactly is it? How does it work?
Okay, so iLead is a comprehensive school improvement program.
School improvement program.
It is. We believe that schools need support in order to be able to improve themselves and to reflect on what they do and to be better. So what we do is we offer leadership support and training to the school boards, the school principals, the vice principals, all that, the middle leaders who we believe are the engines of the school. They're the ones who interface with teachers and ensure that learning happens on a daily basis. The grade coordinators, the deans of discipline, anybody with influence in the school. Those are the people who we work with to build their capacity, to help them to create the kind of culture that will make sure that learning happens. So we invest a great deal of time with helping the school to create a strategic plan. We call it a turnaround plan. So it's not that plan that sits on your shelf, but it's one that has a life and that they use to set targets for themselves with some real key low-hanging fruit that can help them to change things and change things quickly. So we start there with that strategic planning exercise, and then we help them to just raise expectations and help them to...
Do you target particular types of schools?
Right, so yes, we're in schools that are not performing as well as they need to be. They're schools that have been rated as unsatisfactory by the National Education Inspectorate. We only have one that is satisfactory but still needed our support, but all the others are schools that are not performing as well as they need to be.
Okay.
And they're, right now the schools we're in are in Region 2, which is Portland, St. Thomas and St. Mary. And that area, that region has been dubbed as one of the regions that needs the most support. So we opted to go there because it has the greatest challenge and the greatest need. And yeah, so that's where we are.
And how long have you been working with those schools?
We started in 2014, so we're going into our third year with them. So what we did it on a phased basis. We had 5 begin with us in 2014, and then we added the other 5 in 2015. And yes, we hope to take them all the way up to the end of 2017, so it will be a 3-year program.
Yes.
But prior to this, the iLead project, Jamaica National partnered with Victoria Mutual Building Society, our rivals, to do...
That's good.
Yes,
education is so important that you came together.
It's a team sport.
Yes.
It's a team sport is what I say. And so we targeted, we spent $100 million. Each building society contributed $50 million to the effort, and it was over 5 years. We chose 6 schools, and they were spread all across Jamaica. And those were all high schools at the time. And we did pretty much a similar type of intervention in those schools.
What kinds of results?
Oh, Lord. So they're my babies. I feel very proud of some of the work that has happened in most of those schools. So Green Pond High School, Godfrey Stewart High School, they're completely different places today.
And those were low-performing schools?
Completely low-performing schools. At Godfrey Stewart, no child passed mathematics.
None?
Maybe 1 or 2 occasionally. Godfrey Stewart High School had a great leader who started at the same time that our project became involved in the school, and his name is Theobald Ferrer, and I think I celebrate him all the time because he's truly embraced this whole thing about what effective leadership means and can do, not just for a school and for students, but for a community. So Godfrey Stewart used to be, he tells a story about having gotten there and the boys were dropping chairs on top of his head, didn't want him to be there. He would have to go into the community to bring the students to school, and not just the students, but the teachers who were lingering and not coming to school. Punctuality and attendance were dismal. The parents did not support the school, and underperformance was just rampant, and failure was expected. And he and his team, because he was able to build a really strong team who are all fired up, and they're still there today working really hard at making sure that the standards are maintained. So he determined that he put in a no tolerance, zero tolerance policy. Failure is not accepted. Yeah, yes. This is not. You cannot come in here unless you behave the way we are telling you. You need to behave if you want to get the results that you want. He ruffled a lot of feathers. The teachers were not happy in the very beginning because it's change, and change is so difficult. And he really didn't care. I actually had to begin to reel him in as his coach and to tell him, all right, no, you're hard on the students, but you need to know, take it easy on the teachers and kind of nurture them, and after you have laid down the law. And I mean, a year ago, I went to the National Mathematics Teacher Award ceremony, and when it was announced, the Teacher of the Year was announced, the person who won the award was from Godfrey Stewart High School. The head of the math department was the best math teacher in Jamaica. He has tripled the test score, the math performance at Godfrey Stewart High School. So I think 90-something children passed math.
90.
And it has been improving over time, coming from zero.
So it shows that transformation can take place.
It can take place. It has taken place. I've researched and visited schools all over the world, and I want
to catch up with some of that research. Renee Rattry, so much passion in talking about education transformation. We're talking about the iLead program, which is a program done in association, in coordination with the Jamaica National Foundation and the Ministry of Education. We take a break, but we'll be right back.